never be afraid again. Say my name. Say my name. And every culminates, we are shining. And we will never be afraid again. Say my
Welcome back, guys. Back out in the shed. It's probably been a little bit since I've made a video. Just since the weather's been cooling down, a few things sorting out my shed. Plans are just going into council, a few things going on, so been a little bit slack. But I've just started fucking shed light up there is shit itself. It's been doing that for a couple of weeks now, but anyway. So I've got the other light set up over there. I've got the bonnet up on the pink car, and I just wanted to start cleaning the engine bay up, making it look a little bit nicer, get the polish out, polish a few little things just till I get bored. But yeah, so we got Brashernats coming up. So Brashernats is usually something that only the big burnout cars get into. It's usually pretty well invite only to an extent, and they usually do a draw on Facebook every year. Person with the most likes ends up getting in. So anyway, so I posted the photo up, got into round two with 10 cars all up there, and everyone votes on the cars, and turns out that all 10 of us got in, so that's good. And we've just, so we've won ourselves a free ticket into Brashernats. So I just thought I'd do a little bit of a tidy up on it. I've still got oil to change the oil. I want to change the gearbox oil, and while the gearbox pan's off, gearbox oil and filter, and while the pan's off, I'm gonna seal that pan up properly, just so it stops leaking, because it's still dripping on the ground over there. So I'll get that sealed up properly. But yeah, so I thought I'd just start doing a little bit of a tidy up. Not next weekend, but the weekend after, so I'd say 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks till we go. And I've got the Rodeo all up and running. So I pulled the box out of it. Box was screwed, there it is there. Clutch was screwed, transfer case screwed. Just metal it all run through. So there was chunks of metal in the box, which then had run through the back seal of the box, which ran through the transfer case. So it was still driving and everything, but just wasn't going into gear properly, and just shit. So new box in that, new transfer case in that, and I just gave it a slight polish. It's a bit dirty now, but just gave it a cut and it looked good. And I've chucked the wheels off the Hilux on it and given them a bit of a polish. So yeah, the whole thing about getting a new ute was so I can tow, and now we got Brashnuts coming up. I'm going to be able to tow it with this, which will be good. I thought I'll get you up to date on a few things. Last video, VZ wouldn't start. This video, VZ still doesn't start. I've kind of put it to the side for the moment, until I have a good think of what it is and stuff like that. So not 100% sure on what it is. The Hilux. So the Hilux, back in at the end of March, I was driving along and pulling up at a set of lights, and a bloke ran up the arse of me, and he pretty well wrote. They were in a brand new Hilux, so pretty well wrote his Hilux off, which was a work vehicle. Wrote that off, which had then done literally bugger all damage. I'll add a photo of the damage of the Hilux in here, but done bugger all damage to the Hilux. Just bent the tray a little bit, but just where the tray mounts just hit the chassis. Anyway, they had insurance and everything like that, so I thought I'd go through them and get me the insurance money. Anyway, the repair is quoted $5.5 grand for a new tray and things like that. Fair enough, you can fix it. It's still drivable. You could fix it and for heaps cheaper, but the insurance quoted up to be what it was. So they deemed it a write-off. But because it's over 24 years old, they don't actually write it off. All they do is cancel the registration. So they've actually given me for that, market value for that, seven and a half grand. Anyway, to buy the ute back off them was like 250 bucks. So I've bought the ute off them for 250 bucks. I got the ute sitting out at home. So I've killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I've got the ute still, which all it will need is a blue slip to get registered. And I've gained a whole heap of money because of it. I'll add a photo of the Hilux, the other Hilux in, that ran up the arse of me in here as well. But yeah, so it actually turned out pretty well. So some of that money will go towards the shed going up. But yeah, anyway, this come up bloody unreal. It's a little bit dirty now, but just, yeah, come up real good. Smooth the drive, just, yeah. Anyway, so I've just got some soapy water in a bottle. I was spraying, I had the brush out, getting in a few of the crevices and stuff like that. Because the light's there, got this light here. But yeah, I'm just starting to clean it up. I might even get wanky, I might pull these off, paint them black or something like that. I do have to cover that hole up there where the firewall is. I have to get a grommet or like a metal plate and put, yeah, something. I'll have to do something up there where the wiring goes through, because they said something at Bathurst, and yeah, just have to do something about it. So I've still got to, yeah, obviously give her a good clean. Gearbox oil, engine oil. I'll flush the radiator out, put some fresh coolant in it. Power steering. Looks low, can't even see it by the looks of it. So I'll do something there. Just give it a nice, good tidy up once over, all over everything. Get it all polished, polish the wheels up, clean all inside. So I just gave it a quick blowout. It still needs vacuuming and stuff like that, but in the boot here, I'll put the boot here, just gets rubber and everything just because it's not sealed up to anything. So I'll get all that out. I'll probably get the dustpan, sweep all that out, and give it a bit of a blow. Now I've got my coolant here, so I have to pack the coolant. I'm just going to fill the tank up. I'll take an empty drum just in case I need to do anything, but should be only getting 1 burn out and then out the back in the playpen. So I shouldn't have to take any more fuel. It should be right. It's just me skidding this time, so I'll have to screw this back on, put the helmets in. What else? I've got to hook some trailer brakes, electric brakes up to the radio. So I've got to run some wires for that. Got to run a couple of wires, 2 6mm wires from the trailer plug up and to under the dash where the module will be, and then some from the battery back, and then get the module, put it in, and that way we'll be able to have brakes on the trailer, for the trailer. But this come up good, like that gave that a quick polish. I even gave that a quick polish, and that it actually come up really nice. It'd be good to do all this stuff, but I'm not going to do it at the moment. I will flush the radiator. I'm not sure what's in it. I think it's a bit of water and stuff now, so I will flush it out and chuck some fresh coolant through it. I've got to fix that hole yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. Other than that, got battery terminals on. Just got to get a bolt through in there because it didn't come with one. I've got one at work, so come from work, I'll get another one of them. And yeah, so just a little bit by bit. Get right in here, brushing off as much rubber as I can. It's not all on this side, dust everywhere left, but mainly the other side, a little bit up here because the tub split on this side, so it comes in a bit more. Oh, I just split, down there, not fully split up here yet. That'll be the next thing, I think. I don't think the tubs are going to hold up too much longer. Give it some wiper. All this rubber here was all sitting down in there. You still see a little bit down in there, but it's as best as I'll get. It's because why not? I got some metal polish here. A bit on the drill. Let's give the fuel cell a bit of a polish up. Maybe just the top, sides, just a rough job over it, make it look a bit shiny. And then I'll get a wet rag or some soapy rag and wipe over and get all that dust off. Just make it a little bit more presentable. I'm just getting it quick here. The impact driver went flat, so I got it on the buff here. That's a lot better than it was. Not crazy shiny, but makes it present a lot better. I'm either just going to leave that, the top's all done. It's a lot better than what it was. If I want to make it good, I'd have to sand it and all that stuff. I'm not trying to go overboard at the moment, but if I get time or feel like doing it, I'll get enough batteries for that and charge that up and do it a bit better. That does it a lot better than this does, so yeah. That's just gripping up, and it's not the right pad for it, and hasn't got enough power and a few things like that. But other than that, it looks a lot more presentable. So I'll leave that, and I'll wipe the boot out, and then I might give it a vacuum inside. So with the cell, the first bit of E85 that drops on it, it's just going to mark it anyway. So it looks good. Now the boot's all wiped out. It looks a lot better in there now. You can see black instead of dust and dirt. I'll wipe all these channels out, and I might wipe the bottom of the boot as well. Why I wanted to flush the coolant. So that's the bottle I've been using because it's got the nozzle on it. You know, I just taste tested it, and it's just water, obviously just with a tinge of red. And this is the actual coolant. So before I forget, I'm going to swap the bungs over, and I'll put that in the car along with the drum, and it can stay in there till we go. Got all the inside all shined up. It's fairly shiny at the moment, but it should soak in a little bit. But it looks good. It's a bit hard to see on camera. You can see the shiny. It's there. And all that. Also, when I had the snap-on tool that I was using to plug into the VZ, I plugged it into this and I changed the dash. So I now have the tacho on the dash working. So it was calibrated for the V6. And then, yeah, I've jumped on and I've calibrated it to say it's got the LS in it. So now the tacho works, so I'll be able to see what revs I'm doing and stuff like that, which will be good. That way, I've always wanted to, like, it's been shit not having it because I've always wanted to know. Because sometimes if it was ever bogged down, I want to know what revs it's at and stuff like that. Whether I need to change gears, and end up Bathurst, it would have been unreal. So, like, I'm racing, I know what gear to change and stuff like that, but no, I'm glad I got that now. But yeah, nice and shiny in here. Just going to go over all inside the door jams. Not sure if I told you this already, but I have to get a new fire extinguisher because we let it off at the gender reveal because it caught fire, so just to get a new one of them. Just going to finish up for the night. I've still got to get some paint and just paint over that bulb just to see if it's going to make it look any better. But not tonight. Still a few things I need to do. Obviously it needs a good wash over. Zach from No Limits Detailing, Custom Detailing, he's going to come and go over the car just before Brashernats. I might polish the wheels up. And like I've explained before, gearbox oil, engine oil, just all that usual stuff. But I thought I might just show you a bit of this because I haven't showed much of doing a once over on it. I also want to make sure I check all the suspension parts, just because it's Sydney dragway, like the Burnett pad up there is a lot bigger, you're going a lot faster, you're coming in a lot harder, and I just don't want anything to break, and I want everything to perform right. So I'll get her up on the hoist, just give everything a good check over. So now that it's daylight, I can show you inside the car. They come up super nice and clean. Video's a bit grainy, but you get the point. I just stopped past Autobahn on the way back from work. Got some oil for the pink car, filter for the pink car, and oil filter for the ute. And I got some oil from work for the ute. So I'm gonna put the ute up on the hoist now, drive her in, put her up on the hoist, and change the oil. So I've just dropped the oil, changed the filter, just added the new oil in it, and I'm just about to start it up and go from there. See, it should make it sound a lot quieter, a little bit rattly when you first start it up. Nothing bad, but it should make it sound a lot heaps quieter. So I've done an absolutely huge clean up on the shed, reorganised some stuff up here, put more stuff in boxes, put the shit that was on the ground up here. This trolley's the only thing that still needs organising, and just along over the wall over there. Not much over here, but just throw shit out, like this will get thrown out, fans will get moved and stuff. But it's so much better. And we've got a little addition in the shed. This is Dad's partner's Tirana. It's just storing in here while he gets his concrete all sorted up at his house so we can put it there. But anyway, went out and bought a new fire extinguisher for the car. 19 bucks from Bunnings. 1 kilo, which is good. So we'll chuck that in so I don't forget. Even the oil cupboard, I've cleaned all it out. I threw out 100 litres of waste oil, and there's still more. Still some waste coolant there, another 5 litres there, another 5 litres waste oil. Still another 15 litres of waste oil in here. But I'm gonna get the paint out wherever it is. I'm gonna try and touch up on the guard there. I'll just dab some on. Doesn't look the best at the moment, so I'm just gonna try it, see what it looks like when it dries, and if it's no good, I'm just gonna wipe it off. Thinner should be able to get it off. Bit of luck. It stands out a bit doing that, but we'll see what it looks like. Probably would have been better to do it if the car was washed, but it is what it is. So I just had it running. I've just dropped the oil, and I thought it was sounding a little bit like a tractor. So I looked down from the engine bay, and I found that both the bolts are falling out of there. Now this side's still good. Just have to tighten that up, but yeah, both bolts are going out of there. So I might get a gasket for it this week. I know it didn't have a gasket in it last time, maybe that's why it's rattling metal and metal. But yeah, and I'm just pulling, I just noticed that bit there, but I'm just trying to get a lot of the rubber off the tyre, off the front wheels. I've gotten a bit off, just trying to dig out the grooves and get as much as I can off, because it's pretty bad. Like, you look at this side and you can't even see some of the grooves, so don't think that'd be helping with a lot of drivability and stuff. I'm lucky that thing didn't come out when I was polishing the wheels. but it is going to fucking die. Nothing more I hate than spiders and fucking snakes.
A few moments later. Many months later.
So I've just picked up the trailer. I'm just going to load her on and tuck her back in the shed. But this is where I'll leave the video. Next video will be up at Brashernats, after Brashernats. So a little bit of a thing now. I'll try and get this video out tonight. Tonight's Thursday, if not tomorrow night. But I'll give you a quick walk around on how shiny it's looking, and then I'll leave it at that. Don't forget, give a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.